folks. Welcome back to Mike and Mike. We are delighted that you take some time out to join us and listen to our opinions and some facts we may share with you as well. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. We can't do this without you. We thank you for your continuous support, and we hope you continue to support in us. As what we said, once we reach the level of bringing in any funds towards this channel, whether it's from YouTube or sponsors, we'll definitely share it with the public. Things we will purchase, games or whatever case may be, to give back to the public. Anyway, we're
going to spend the money on cheap liquor and even cheaper women.
Stricken from the record.
I see that coming.
We're stricken from the record. But without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. To my immediate right, you know what's up in the house. We got Justin, a.k.a.
King Tux.
King Tux.
Baby. It's the toxicity.
The toxicity in the hair.
See, now you can say it correctly when you say it that way.
To my far right, we got Angel.
Drum roll.
Prime Minister Khalees.
Prime Minister Khalees. Oh, and I must say,
Thank you.
tomorrow is Prime Minister Khalees' birthday.
Oh.
Happy born day. Happy birthday there, sir. Happy birthday, Prime Minister.
Prime Minister. Prime Minister.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Who your which party you're voting for now?
Me, a Democrat, like 100%.
Oh, you're gonna. I thought you were voting for your party.
For your party. The People's Party.
Yeah, you want the people.
Ladies,
party.
can you believe?
Oh, yeah, that's
Can
overseas.
you believe?
That's overseas. There's people that had the
Can
party.
you believe that tomorrow this guy's going to turn 68 years old? He looks good for 68, right?
You look good for 68, right?
67. Yo. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
Anyway, last but not least, Mike, a.k.a.
Maga Porter
in the house.
Respect.
Yo, a.k.a. this is bull crap.
Bull crap. We don't take bull. Yeah.
AKA stricken from the record.
Yes, exactly. A.k.a. this is stricken from the record. Whatever Justin says, stricken from the record.
Stricken from the record. Stricken from the record. We're keeping it real. No toxicity here.
Toxicity.
No toxicity here. Anyway, gentlemen, we kind of doing something a little bit different, but we're gonna actually increase the volume of time then. So what we want to do, starting, whoever want to kick it off, we're gonna give each, since Mike is not here, we're gonna give each, to kind of balance it out, like 20 minutes each then.
All right.
To talk about within the context of the show. So the show is law, politics, financial.
Yeah, exactly.
And
The stuff
so
that we
forth.
usually
Right.
talk about.
But each one is gonna get 20 minutes to talk about their things, what they have on their mind, what they want to discuss. I mean, whether it's politics, whether it's technology, whether it's the law, stuff like that. And then we're going to do that, and that should simmer everything out, and then we just summarize based on what you may discuss or based on what we discuss on a collective level.
Okay, cool.
So to kick it off, we're going to start off with you, Justin.
He's a very democratic guy.
Huh?
Very democratic.
The democratic process.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. What should I?
Everybody an opportunity.
What should I embark on first? My favorite.
There's a lot of stuff, man.
My favorite thing to talk about politics, of course.
Your mayor dropped out.
Yes.
That's the big thing.
It's funny. Mayor Adams dropped out, and we're looking at you like, okay, nobody was going to vote for you anyway. It's about time.
I don't know why.
It seemed pretty inevitable. Like it was bound to happen.
Nah, he didn't have a chance. He didn't have a snowball chance at all.
It was not even. I don't know what was it. The saying I was gonna use. There's no chance he had.
Yeah.
I mean, the corruption, what they found out, and that put a whole stain on him. And to be frank,
he lost credibility.
When he went, somehow my spirit just didn't take him as a leader when he went in. And I didn't know anything too much about him. No history about he was a corrupted cop before, according to what what
Brooklyn Borough president
in there in the public when he was a Brooklyn Borough. I didn't really know anything about him. When he came into power, I was still ignorant to a certain things. What started opening up my eyes a little bit is the stuff what I started hearing what happened in the past. And then the allegation what started being made towards him, especially sexual harassment. And then the history what I found out is that there was another lady prior to this one about a year ago made an allegation towards him when he was a cop at the time, and somehow her story and her just probably disappear out the wind.
Yeah.
Then this last individual came up and made some allegation towards him, or another sexual allegation towards him. It started riding the news wave for about a couple days or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then everything just died out, including her. Meaning that I don't know if when I use the word die out, including her, meaning that our story just die out. I don't know what happened to her.
She might have got paid off. She might have been silenced.
Correct.
Who knows?
She might get whacked or whatever. I don't know.
It's kind of mysterious how it would just disappear like that.
Yeah, no, most likely.
So
I'm like, she probably
like
got
that.
paid off for something. You know, she probably got paid off.
She probably could get. I mean, I look at all type of worst case scenarios. She probably could get paid off. She probably could get whacked.
Intimidated.
She probably could get. I mean, all type of stuff. She probably could turn a vegetable. I mean, they poison her. I mean, it's anything.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. You never know what. But at the same time, you know, as I said, I just like my spirit didn't
Some
take him
great
as a
perspective,
leader.
man.
Yeah.
And it's just, and then here comes the big one now for him that kind of tainted his leadership and kind of tainted his character is that exposure what they had with him where he was pressuring the fire department to pass certain laws and to allow these Kurdish what government
Turkish.
what country,
He was
Turkish,
taking money from
Turkish.
Turkish nationals.
Yeah, so-
and that's really what got him in a lot of hot water.
Yeah, so based on that,
The table stuff.
Yeah. Remember, he got federally indicted for that. And
Yeah,
then
he
what's
got
funny is
indicted.
that he got federally indicted, then all of a sudden the federal indictment went away.
because of Trump, it was out there. Trump is the one, the Justice Department, actually after I guess, I don't know what was going on, but somehow Trump started pushing now where, he's looking at clearing Adam because the news has started saying that, hey, I think Trump may gonna push something and push it away and so forth because he already actually one time he went and met Trump in the White House.
You did?
So I think a couple of months back I think he went and met with Trump in the White House, and from that certain things started changing where now it's like he's kind of somewhat kind of agreeing that when ICE is coming, he's not gonna really do any pressure or whatever it is. But he keep on denying it, like, oh, this is not the case. You know, this is a sanctuary city, and you know whatever. The Justice Department but one of the things I don't understand though, why, if the Justice Department is pushing this, New York State is independent, right? Independent in that the federal government can't supersede.
All the states are independent, right?
Right.
Yeah, they
the
are.
federal government can't really supersede the state. So why Latish, who I think she was the one who going after him or
Letitia James, but she got caught up in some other nonsense.
and that was a false too because even Trump, I'm glad you brought that up. Trump cronies who he put into the Justice Department to investigate Latish came back and says, I could not find anything. And Trump said, all right, you know what? You out of here. Fire you behind.
They caught her. What did she do? She did some sort of real estate fraud.
Real estate, but they couldn't find anything. The same person who Trump put in power went back to him and says, we were investigating her for a while because this came out, this leak out and said she was coming to some type of a real estate fraud. So he now, the guy who running Justice Department, which Trump appointee, went and started investigating and came back and reported to Trump that I cannot find anything illegal what she have done. And Trump said, what? Whatever the case may be, find it. And she said, I can't. And Trump fired him. Now he put some other cronies now in place and said, regardless of what, I need you to find her guilty. Because the fact of the matter is that because she had him convicted. So he's going after.
Wait, who convicted?
Letitia
James, the Attorney General.
Yeah, had him Trump convicted for the 32 felonies. So he's going after all his people.
You can't single her out though. That's just.
But that's what he's doing.
It is, Letitia James
criminal.
tried to, and that got thrown out. And then what it is, he investigated her. They come to find out it was some sort of real estate fraud. I think in North Carolina.
They didn't find
that she
anything.
had houses in Virginia, North Carolina, but her cousins were living in or some nonsense like that.
Everything was a hoax because the Justice Department, the leader of Justice Department, which is Trump, appointee or cronies or whatever you call them, came back to Trump and said, I could not find anything. And Trump says, go and
How
dig
long ago
more.
was this?
This was about a week ago, maybe a couple of days. And Trump says, go back. It was on the news.
I don't watch.
I listen to 10-10 Win all the time. This is one of the things where I try to keep in because trying to stay.
10-10 Win. You give us 22 minutes, we give you the world.
Trying to stay on social media and try to keep up with these things. You know, so many things in like false information is running over there. It's crazy. So I try to stick with my local channel, which is 10-10 Win, who broadcast reality stuff, who broadcast factual stuff.
Absolutely.
And so forth. So I take that and run with it as well as I do my own research. And they were broadcasting this all over the place. I mean, and Trump told him, go back and find something to get this woman charged. And the guy said, listen, I think the guy went back at one point and he came back and said, I cannot find nothing. And Trump said, you know what? You fired.
Hold on.
Go ahead and look it up.
So I could have sworn she was found guilty for real estate fraud.
She didn't. They pushed because Trump's cronies is the one who leaked the story and said they found something on her. And then when the Justice Department, the head of Justice Department launched the investigation and they went and dig up and they've been digging for months and he came back and says, I have nothing where I found nothing on this woman. There was nothing we have found that she had done wrong. And Trump said, what? No, go and dig again. And he went back and he came back and said, I find nothing more. Nothing. And Trump said, all right, you know what?
At that point, you should have let it go.
No, he's not going to let it go. He's not because he's pissed.
I wouldn't either because she tried to throw him in jail.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, for crimes that he did commit. She didn't make up any crimes. It's crimes what she did commit. So again, she's doing her job at the end of the day. And this is what he pissed off with because somebody had the guts now to step to him, regardless of his power, regardless of his financial structure, or whatever the case. Because a lot of people, because they have money, the law, they supersede the law. And in reality, that's practically what happened. When you have a certain money and you're a certain status, the law kind of doesn't apply by you. The only time the law attacks you and hits you hard, where they get you and throw you in jail,
when you don't have the resources
because
to absorb it.
You are bringing down, you have some serious attachment to the government and you're going to break, you're going to make the government look some type of a
that the U.S. attorney, he resigned amid pressure from Trump. Letitia James.
Case in point.
Yeah, it was a mortgage fraud investigation.
Yeah, and he
Virginia.
didn't find anything.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was the
it was in Virginia.
It was the district general attorney, the highest one that run that state. Yes, it wasn't just the department. He was the one that runs that Trump appointed for.
Oh, the Virginia federal prosecutor resigning following pressure to charge New York AG. So maybe so I'm assuming they probably didn't get anything on
They
him.
didn't get him. He said it to Trump. He said, I didn't find anything. And Trump said, go back and dig up. And he came back and he said, I didn't find anything. And Trump said, get out of here.
Right, what you want him to do?
Exactly. This is the corruption that we deal with his father.
That's your daddy.
His stepfather.
I mean, to be honest, look, like I've told people, I'm like, I would have did the same thing because she was really trying to throw him in jail for nonsense.
But she was doing it. She wasn't making anything. She
can't take that personal.
She was doing stuff that, listen, when Trump went into office 2016, there was a lot of foolishness Trump started doing. A lot of backends, a lot of stuff Trump was doing at the end of the day. Nobody wasn't really
Yeah, but she could have charged him then. She waited till he was running for president.
They couldn't because they couldn't stick as what they said. The Trump.
Yeah, but then they're going to wait till he runs for president to try to throw him in jail? Because Fannie Mae Willis did the same thing.
When Trump came out of office, she launched the lawsuit like a month right after or 2 months right after. Nobody cannot do anything to a sitting president, which is stupid because if the president, just what Trump said about a couple of years ago, he can walk on Park Avenue and shoot somebody and kill him and nothing came out of it, which is practically true. You cannot touch the sitting president. The president is like, here's the contradiction of statement. Here's the contradiction with this damn law or U.S. law.
Okay.
They said no one is above the law, but yet the president of the United States, whether it's Trump, Barack, or whoever, if they do something, nothing cannot come out of it. The most that's going to happen is impeachment.
How are you not above the law when you could grant clemency, that you clear people's name?
But that's the point. That's
you expunge people
of this.
You expunge people's
law
record.
system. You
people
claim that
commit
nobody.
Real crime. You can bring them home.
I don't get it. Yeah. You claim that nobody's above the law, but yet Trump, Barack, Biden, Bush, all of them, all from the first president to the have the power where nobody cannot touch them. Yeah. The most they can do is impeach them. Get them out of office.
Yeah, that's it.
But that almost not serve time.
Well, I mean, that's the perk to being a president.
That's crazy. But again, revise the law because you can just
right, because normally presidents, they will hold a very high standard.
Yeah, they are accountable for it. They hold a high standard. And you have corrupted. Trump is not the only corrupted president that's there. But I'm saying, at the end of the day, you cannot come out and preaching that no one is above the law. But yet
and
you're
showing that you are above the law.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
The hypocrisy of this law system and this country is like
contradictory.
Anyway, sir. Sorry for invading your
No, it's all right.
But I mean, if we're top.
I mean, I still got to look more into that because I know they caught her dead to rights in that mortgage fraud investigation.
It was Trump cronies them launched.
No, because what it is, that house that she got, I think her cousin lives in that house. And then when they went to their cousin's house, the cousin didn't want to answer any questions because the way she had gotten that loan. Remember, Virginia's a Commonwealth state. So the way she had gotten that loan, she made it seem like she was a Virginia resident and she wasn't. She was a New York State resident. So that's where that whole
I can buy a house anywhere.
Fraud.
There's no mortgage. If I live here, I live in New York.
No, you're absolutely right. But what it is, she was making it seem like she was a resident in Virginia. So then this way she's able to get a better rate, a better, basically a more cost-effective mortgage.
But look at the logic of it. If I am buying a house in Virginia,
okay,
most likely I am contributing to society there when I'm buying a house
100%.
because exactly.
Yeah.
So even if I'm gonna live there,
you pay taxes on it.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm not gonna live there or not, I'm still contributing to society. That's
yeah,
there
I know, but there's certain perks. Like when you purchase a home, right? There's certain perks to where if you're buying a home, say for instance, let me see what's a cheap state.
Like in state,
North Carolina. Right? North Carolina's a pretty cheap state.
Cheap? Yeah.
So say for instance, if you're buying a home, like a lot of people do that here. To where, they live in New York, they work in New York, they make a sizable amount of money, and they buy a property in North Carolina. And on paper, they make it seem like their primary residence is North Carolina. The reason why they do that is so they can get taxed less.
Right, like it's just like car insurance.
It was something along the lines of that. But I think what it was is that her family wasn't living there. I'm like, I don't think she necessarily did anything wrong, but it was something to where she was trying to pull a flim-flam. And I think like I said, that was basically retaliation on Donald Trump's part because she was trying to arrest. I'm like, to be honest, I don't blame him because I would have did the same shit. Then, because remember, he did the same thing to Fannie Mae Wills. But Fannie Mae Wills, she has no room to talk because she was intertwined with a local drug lord in Atlanta.
What? Say what? Say what?
The Fannie Mae Wills, what is she? She was the
prosecutor, right?
She was the
prosecutor in Georgia.
Right.
But she was caught up in that whole Young Thug case, and she was messing with some local. She was intertwined with like a big drug dealer.
She was involved with.
So she was compromised.
She was pretty much.
And she was also another one trying to bring charges.
I thought she was dating a coworker or someone from the case or something.
No, she was.
That's true.
Dealing with a drug dealer, but what it is, that whole time that she was doing that, she was also trying to get Donald Trump in Georgia. You got to remember, a lot of these AGs, but they were doing that because they were told to, because this is around the same time that Donald was running for president. So that was basically political interference, but they were trying to make it seem, oh no, he's a criminal. I'm like, yeah, he is a criminal. But the thing about it, the timing of you trying to convict him when he's running for president, that's pretty convenient. And you were running on orders from higher ups that were in the White House at the time under the Biden administration, and that's why you were doing that.
That's politics. You understand? I mean, they do the same thing.
So that's what I'm saying. So Donald, I can't blame Donnie for doing what he did because it's like, okay, you want to play with me? You thought I wasn't going to get the presidency. Now I got the presidency. You better run and hide. And I would have did the same thing. Now, am I saying that it's right? Hell no, it ain't right. But what it is, that's how, unfortunately, you got to remember, Donald Trump is an extremely petty individual.
He is.
People know this. So if you know that he's a petty individual, don't lock horns with him. That's like, look, I'm King Tox, right? You guys know how petty I am. Right. So if somebody's coming at me, what do you think I'm gonna do? Do you think I'm gonna let it slide?
Be petty, right?
I'm gonna be pettier.
Pettier, right?
I'm not allowing that. So that's what I'm saying. Like I said, it wasn't right. But then, I'm like, that's good because at least she wasn't in, because remember, she was a very promising attorney general. I don't necessarily. See, there's certain things I'm half and half with her because the fact that, she's one I see. I don't like Kathy Hochul. Kathy Hochul is a puppet as far as I'm concerned. She was installed. Nobody voted for her to be governor of New York State.
That's the governor of New York, right?
Yeah, she's the governor of New York, but she was installed. Nobody voted for her.
No, that was when Cuomo time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's when they did Cuomo dirty because Cuomo wasn't with the program. As far as, remember, Cuomo was against the jab. Cuomo's against getting making the vaccine mandatory and all that. He wasn't with that, and then all of a sudden,
he wasn't
now they want to come with these sexual allegations and then make him retire in shame, which is messed up. Because then they put in Hochul. Nobody voted for Hochul. She was installed.
The last what does it call it? Election. She actually ran and she beat whoever was running. But the first one, she was installed.
But that's what I'm saying. Like even the last one that she won, she shouldn't have won that. But then look at the
But
person
nobody wasn't running.
Look at the person who was running against her. It was a nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand? So that's what I'm saying. It's like they rigged it. And then you see what she's going on. You see she's on somebody's payroll. I don't know who. George Soros, she's on somebody's payroll.
I think maybe the MTA, because here's why I would say the MTA is part of it.
Yeah, because they were trying to squeeze the MTA pretty hard, which they needed to.
And the funniest thing is that she came out, she suspended the what they call it, the congestion pricing, which is bull crap.
It is
I don't
nonsense.
understand, because
that is such extortion.
You're isolating Queens, Bronx, whatever the case may be. You're trying to say that
is such extortion.
You're trying to say that these Manhattan alone faces these congestion, right? You ever go to Flatbush? You ever go to Fordham Road? You ever go? You go to Queens, you go on Jamaica Avenue or stuff like that. Aren't they congesting? You go to Queens and you try to go on Jamaica Avenue and try to go like further.
Ridiculous.
It takes you about maybe 45 minutes just to go 10 blocks.
Yeah.
And then you just want to isolate the same amount of traffic that goes to Manhattan. Delivery cars, the same amount of traffic that goes. So this is why I said she's possibly a part of the scheme what the MTA is doing. Because here's the thing. The MTA, now they just raised price again.
Yeah.
Put on 10 cents.
Then on top of that, she's all for backing Mamdani. Like she's all for backing.
I think she endorsed Mamdani, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like she's all for, because they're all in cahoots with. They're all socialists.
Yeah,
they're trying to turn our state into a socialist state.
Why you want to endorse somebody who, number one, want to give free bus ride?
Exactly.
Number one, freeze. What do you call it?
He wants to freeze rent. He wants the higher rent stabilization. But what it is, you want to do all this, but inflation hasn't stagnated. Inflation hasn't stopped. On top of that, he's saying he's doing this for the people, dogs. You're inherited $10 million. You're a $10 million trust fund, baby. So what do you know about the people? You don't know anything. You inherited money.
He's just piggybacking off these
because
New York vulnerability.
Because they have
right
something
now,
more devious at play.
They're vulnerable.
So you start dangling all these
state-controlled grocery stores. I'm not. That's why I'm glad I live in Westchester County. They're not doing that in Westchester County. I feel bad for the city. Like it's gonna get really bad in the city.
If this guy goes in power, you think Trump is your
really is.
You think Trump is in New York specifically? You think Trump is your enemy? Wait till this dude go in. If he does go in, I pray and hope that Cuomo.
No, and then what's killing me is that Curtis Sliwa is actually a very good candidate, but nobody wants to vote for Curtis Sliwa. Because he's friends with Trump. Why don't you grow the fuck up? Are you serious?
This is what I was saying.
This is business. This ain't personal. Because he's friends with Trump that you don't want to vote for him. That is the most retarded shit I've ever heard in my life.
We are not going to support when somebody do wrong. At the end of the day. So put it this way. Let me make sure that whoever is listening and wherever this reach, if it reached to Trump desk, it reached to Adam desk, or whatever the case may be. We are a fair network. Myself, I am guilty of a lot of stuff. But one thing I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna run out and point finger on somebody else who, when they call it technically sinning at the end of the day. Now, we all have, according to the Bible, we have mud in our eyes. All of us have mud in our eyes.
Yes.
And the only person that's supposed to be doing the judgment is the Most High himself. He's the one only can do that judgment.
Muck in our eyes means basically we all have dirt. None of us are angels.
Dirt mean none of us are
angels.
We are guilty. We do things.
None of us are angels.
Right? So
we're not saints.
Okay. Yeah, we're not saints.
That's what I'm saying. Like none of us are saints.
However, the issue is that with Cuomo. Now, I am not, if there was any facts, and the reason why I started leaning away from these individuals who are bringing these lawsuits against him because of another individual, what they said. So now I'm questioning to see if the others are legitimate. So let me bring the story. Now, if Cuomo is guilty, I am not supporting him abusing or sexually harassing females.
Of course not.
whether it's
course not.
females, male, whatever. I'm not supporting that. I'm not, and even if it was me, I don't want anyone. But there's also forgiveness. You know, we all want sometime where we've getting forgiven, because if some of us, not some of us, if God should be fair and treat us like how he will, like us man will treat, nobody would live on this planet. We'd all wipe out. Nonetheless, the fact that nothing went further with this allegation, it really died out. Now, last but not least, there was a young lady where they had her on, I think, close to when Trump is about to get elected or got elected. And there was some rumor going around that they may consider Cuomo. I think there was the 2016 election that Cuomo may be getting a job in the White House.
Yeah.
One of the ladies that accused him,
And that's when the whole nonsense started for him. Yeah.
went on national TV on an interview, and they asked her one specific question: why wait until now? To come out?
Exactly.
Here, the answer was.
What's the answer?
The answer was because they have the White House is considering him of putting him in power. So I'm like, I said, so you're not going, you're not coming out of because of morality or principles. You're coming out because this man.
It's not about murder. It's about personal agenda.
Exactly.
They want
so
to sabotage. They want to be saboteurs.
I started questioning now. What happened now is that if the other females, they were legitimate, their stuff, people now are going to start questioning them.
Naturally.
Yeah, they started questioning and say, oh, I wonder if these other females are legit with that. And then the possibility now it gets squashed, which what we see, everything got squashed. Yeah. Nothing moved forward. Everything went back in the foul club.
Exactly.
Nothing came out.
Exactly.
So the possibility now that all of this stuff was a hoax. Listen, Cuomo is not an angel, but at the same, he led New York really well. Especially the pandemic time.
Remember, he comes from a legacy. His father was a governor of New York
one of the
State.
things I didn't like with him is what he did with the bridge at the end of the day. But whatever the case may be, I think I was just in my feelings at the time because
you saw his brother. His brother just called out AOC for being her nonsense.
Or Chris, yeah.
Yeah, Chris Cuomo just called her out.
They had fired
him. Look, they're both from the same party. Chris Cuomo just called out AOC.
For what?
Because AOC's full of shit. And he finally called her out on it. Because, she's running around. First of all, I've never been an advocate for AOC. Okay? She's not from New York. She was raised in Yorktown. So as far as I'm concerned, you are not from the city. Okay? She's another one. You're not for the people. Stop acting like you're for the people because you are not. Okay? You didn't come from the mud.
I like AOC because of
I like her humble beginnings.
I mean,
but she has
that she's seen that
there are no humble beginnings.
She could identify
but see,
with
no,
the people.
you fell for the bullshit. There are no humble beginnings. She grew up in Yorktown. Do you have any idea how expensive it is to live in Yorktown?
Growing up somewhere doesn't make.
She grew up in Yorktown. Okay, she is not.
The thing is that
she's from the Bronx. She's from the block and all this. She's not none of that.
But she didn't say that.
Yes, she did. That was the whole thing. That was when she first came in. That she was from the Bronx and she's part of the neighborhood and all this nonsense. And then when she first got her first congressional district in Queens, she's not from there. So that's what I'm saying. So like all this stuff that she's not humble. She's not down to earth. Okay, you come from.
I think she's down to earth.
No, you come from an upper middle class Latino family. So the only thing she ain't lie about is that she's Latina. But what it is, the only thing that's only.
It's kind of hard to lie about that one. It's kind of hard to lie about that one.
You know, you're Latina, and I'm Latino. And us Latinos, we call Latinos like you, come mierda. So you know exactly what that means.
Ouch.
You know exactly what that means.
What does
that means that they're full of shit. And trust me, there's a lot of Spanish people like that, especially the uppity ones when they got little, when they got a little bit of money, and then they want to act like they're for the people. They're not. So I see right through you. I've always saw through your nonsense. So that's why I'm glad that Chris Cuomo called her out, because as far as I'm concerned, only thing she's good for is laying on her back. That's all there is to it.
Meaning, I kind of have an idea. Meaning what?
Huh?
I kind of have an idea.
You remember KRS-One? The Bridge is Over?
Yeah, the bridge is over.
Remember when he was talking about Roxanne Shante? Roxanne Shante is only good for steady. Right. AOC is only good for steady.
We're stricken that from the record. So
why you ask me and it's stricken from the record? Don't ask me if you're going to stricken it from the record.
Because I'm thinking some other name back on what she talking about. When we realize,
I could have swore this guy going on facts.
What?
Who? I am going on facts.
No, that's conjecture.
No, that's not conjecture, bro. That's not projection.
Nah,
okay?
Conjecture.
That's not conjecture neither. She is a liar. Okay? You guys fell for the lie.
What part she was lying? Because
Why is it that she never brought up the fact that she was raised in Yorktown since she was 5 years old? Yeah, she was born in the Bronx. They moved to Yorktown when she was 5.
But where's Yorktown?
Yorktown is up in Westchester County.
Yorktown, about 40 minutes from here.
And Yorktown is not cheap to live in. Yorktown is not cheap to live in.
Okay, so the thing is, she was born down in the Bronx, right?
She was born in the Bronx and moved to Yorktown when she was 5.
So again,
when she was 5.
But again, she is just like me, was born in Jamaica, but I moved to the U.S. Would I say I'm a U.S.? Would I say I'm an American? No,
yeah, you're Jamaican.
I'm not. I'm Jamaican. Exactly. So
no. You ever see this? What you don't understand because you're not from here. You understand me? I'm from the city. I'm from the town.
No, but
I never.
You're missing the
No. Listen.
No.
I'm from the town. I'm from here. I never forgot about my roots. Everybody knows where I'm from.
You're from Florida.
I don't front.
You're from Florida.
No, I lived in Florida. I'm from here.
Okay,
you understand?
So
I didn't grow up anywhere else except here in Florida.
Let me use this.
But see, I didn't front like, oh, I'm from the Bronx. I'm from the hood. I'm for the people. You ain't none of that.
But where you born? Where you born?
I was born in the Bronx.
Okay, so you are Bronx, right? So now, if you move to Georgia or Atlanta.
Yeah, but guess what? I would say that in my campaign. I wouldn't. She conveniently left the fact out that she was born and raised in
she lied.
Yorktown.
They call her no lie.
Why? Do you know why she did that?
They call her
because all of us in the city.
She was born in the Bronx.
Listen.
I'm listening.
Okay.
They call her
she conveniently left that out. Do you know why? Because us real ones that live in the city that are from the 5 boroughs of New York. Wait, you're from where? Get the fuck out of here. I'm not trying to hear nothing you got to say. Now, if you would have told me that ahead of time, okay, that's the same thing as Kamala Harris. If Kamala Harris would have just came out and said that she's Indian, which she is, okay?
Well, who told her she's Indian?
She is Indian.
I think she's part Jamaican,
she's not.
right?
No. Her father was born in Kingston in 1938. He's Indian. This is before 1959 when India, Jamaica, and were all under United Kingdom and you need a passport to go around. Okay?
That's correct.
So they're Indians. You know what that means? You're Jamaican. They're coolies. They are not Jamaicans. You know that. Okay, her family owned slaves.
Wait, so you're coming back based off the Indian Arawaks then? That's where you're coming from?
No, I'm saying Indian. Hello. Indian, 7-Eleven Indian. They're from India.
I mean, this
Kamala is from India.
It's something I have to dig up.
Yeah, they from India.
You know what? I think
can't elaborate.
I think what we should be gravely.
That's what I'm saying. But I said that to say this. AOC is a liar.
You know what's
and she has no right to call anybody else a liar. Basically, she lives in a glass house and she shouldn't be throwing stones.
I'm trying to understand you want to say something?
No, I was gonna say we should be gravely concerned about the government shutdown at midnight tonight.
I don't got to worry about it. We're the post office. We pay for our own money. We pay for our own. We've been supplying ourselves since 1973.
It's not the problem.
I don't care if the government shuts down. I still get my check.
That's very selfish.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's a
bro. Our government sucks. Don't you understand? Our government sucks. Our whole government needs to be revamped.
See, I'm glad he said that. That's including Trump.
Of course. Look, I'm not happy with Trump. I'm not happy with Trump because look,
people.
No,
there's a revelation.
Yeah, no, here. I'm not. No, it's not a revelation. I'm not happy with you
because I come. Concede.
Because I come. No. Listen. Okay? No, I'm mad with Trump. I'm still a Trump supporter. But I'm mad with you because you're letting it be known that Bibi Netanyahu, that is your puppet master. He is pulling your strings. He is going around all over the Middle East telling everybody that he controls the United States and he controls Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. That's what he's saying. And this is why I'm mad with Donald Trump, because now I'm fully convinced that you are being blackmailed and you are being extorted. Okay, you have people like me that voted for you. You have people like me that believed in you, that had to deal with a lot of nonsense and a lot of name calling for you to be, for you to be blackmailed and extorted by some stupid fucking Polak from Philly, and that's who he is. And I found a lot out about his family.
Who?
Netanyahu. First of all, his wife is crazy. It's not just him. His wife is completely fucking insane. His son Nair is a psychopath. And then your Department of Defense, Ben Gvir, and then the other guy, Strotix, those guys have no business being in politics whatsoever. So these are the people that are really controlling Trump. These are the people that are really controlling our country.
Listen, for education-wise, We don't. I'm not sure if just Angel. I don't have any information where this man background is. Now,
I have all the information.
If he has some facts, I would like you to share with the public.
I have all the information. You got to remember, I'm King Tox, huh?
What's your Instagram so people can reach out to you?
Oh, Three Kings Just.
So here you go.
So
Spell that phone, please.
At the number 3 Kings KINGS Just JUS.
So wherever he's getting this facts from, reach out to him and let him share those facts with you.
I will send you every single link.
But for now, we don't know. The garage doesn't know. Yeah. So we are shaking that from the record.
But like I was saying, like as far as going back to AOC, she is not. That's why I'm glad that Chris Cuomo, because Chris Cuomo, even though a lot of people make fun of Chris Cuomo and call him all types of names, I actually like Chris Cuomo. I've always liked Chris Cuomo.
I like Chris.
Because you know why? Because Chris Cuomo got nuts. He got balls and he lets them hang.
He's a very smart guy.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like him.
I've liked him ever since that one time.
And he was coming from CNN.
Yes.
My network.
Yes.
Right?
I used to love, to be honest, he was one of the only reasons I still watch CNN.
Wait, what was his brother's name?
Chris Cuomo.
Chris Cuomo. That's
Andrew
Cuomo. That's
Cuomo.
Andrew Cuomo's brother.
Right, okay.
Little brother.
Yeah.
But what it is, Chris, they were trying to, I forgot what newscast. I was like, oh, Chris is a gangster. The newscaster trying to be smart, like a smart ass, so Chris tried to call him Fredo. I'm not sure if you guys ever watched The Godfather.
Oh yeah, when that incident.
You remember that?
Yeah.
So Fredo in The Godfather was like, the Godfather's idiot brother.
Yeah, puppet. Yeah.
So Chris wasn't playing that. He's like, yo, you think I'm stupid? So ever since then, I said, oh, I like this guy. Now, I mean, like I said, I don't agree with everything that Chris Cuomo says.
Step to it.
But what it is, when he sees, one thing I'll say about Chris Cuomo is that when he sees nonsense, he calls it out.
He calls it out. Yes.
And he peeped AOC's nonsense and he called her out. And I respect him for that. 100%. You understand? Because I don't respect AOC. I've never respected AOC because I know exactly the kind of person that you are. I grew up around people like you. You and I are not the same. You are not from my neighborhood. You are not from my background. Okay? We might be in the same family to where I might see you in Christmas or Thanksgiving or something like that, but we are not the same. Okay? You speak two different ways when you come down to the Bronx. You speak a different way when you're up in Yorktown. You're not fooling anybody, AOC. So you really aren't.
Again, looking at the principle of this, if I was, again, use immigration as an example. I was born in Jamaica, right? I migrated here. I acquired for my U.S. citizenship. Now, that just changed my legal status here, but I am not American.
No, you're not.
Correct. So now
you're American.
No, he's a naturalized citizen. Naturalized citizen, but he's still very much
American.
His nationality is a Jamaican. He's a Jamaican national.
Correct.
He's not now born American.
Correct.
No, he's a Jamaican national, and he's a naturalized citizen, Jamaican national. He's a Jamaican national because his nationality, like you're a Belize national,
right?
You're a Belize national.
I'm also an American though.
Yeah, but you're not an American national. You're a Belize national and a naturalized American citizen.
You're not a
See, like me, I'm a Moorish American national. I'm not anything
born
else.
here.
I was born here.
It's different story.
Like I'm a Moorish. I don't say in America. I'm a Moorish American national.
We gave up portion of our rights to do. We still our nationality is still Jamaican and Belize.
Yeah,
respect.
Even though
that's
we
your
are
country,
US
that's your homeland.
Yeah.
You have a nationality.
So
you understand what I'm saying?
Bring it back home now in the context of what we just discussed. AC was born here in the Bronx.
She was born in the Bronx.
Right. That still make her a Bronx resident. Now, just like how I migrated from Jamaica,
Makes
you
her a New
migrated
Yorker.
from Belize and come here, right? At the end of the day, she migrated and went to what?
Yorktown.
Yorktown.
But don't you understand?
She's still a Bronxian.
But she ran her. This is what you need to understand. She ran her campaign
saying
under the precipice that she is from the Bronx.
But she is from the Bronx.
No, she's not.
How she's not? She was born here.
No. It doesn't work that way in New York. Anybody that's from New York knows that. When you're from the block, that means that you went to school there. You grew up there. You had your first kiss there. You had your first date. You went to high school. This is your neighborhood. This is your block. She did not do any of that. She grew up in Yorktown.
But I just asked you a question. So let me flip the script again one more time using my same analogy. What am I now?
But see, you can't see. You're comparing apples and oranges.
How? It's the same context.
No, it's not because you're coming from a completely different country. Look, she's a New Yorker.
But
don't get me.
Listen.
She's a New Yorker. Okay.
Right. The principle is the same.
She is a New Yorker, but she is not from the boroughs. Everybody from the boroughs and everybody from upstate New York, we are not the same. Everybody knows that.
I can't.
Okay,
I can't
she was raised.
Two different
She was
lifestyles.
raised in She was raised in
the
upper
lifestyle-
Westchester County.
Just
okay?
like our experience a different lifestyle from where I'm originally
It's like you
from.
trying to.
Yeah, but let me ask you something.
Like
Okay, all right, no.
You're trying to pose like you're from the hood, or you're not from the hood.
Exactly.
Repeat-
Let's put it
re-
this way. I'm gonna use this so you can understand me. Say you was born in. I'm trying to think. What's a really notorious hood in Jamaica?
Kingston or Tivoli.
I'll
or
say
Dreamer,
Tivoli Gardens. All
Jungle.
right. Say your family's from Tivoli Gardens, right? But you left Tivoli Gardens when you were 5 years old.
Correct. Okay.
So that means, look, you wasn't old enough to hang out with the fellas. You wasn't playing cricket. You wasn't doing none of that. You wasn't one of the top 10 athletes or nothing like that. You moved here. You moved to the Bronx when you were 5 years old. That means kindergarten, junior high school, and then now you go back. You got dual citizenship, and now you go back to Kingston to run for office. You know, but you're running under the precipice. Oh, I'm from Tivoli Gardens. And then I'm like, we never seen this motherfucker.
I am.
What the fuck is he talking about?
I was born there. I'm still a Tivolian.
No.
That's where I was born.
No,
Mike,
no.
I'm bothered that
You
you
know
don't
exactly
understand
what I
what
mean.
he's saying.
You're
I'm bothered that you
gaslighting
don't
me.
understand.
You're gaslighting me.
I'm bothered that you don't understand what he's saying right now.
He knows exactly what I'm saying. He knows exactly what
But
I'm
I was
saying.
born in Tivoli.
Yeah, but you're running under that precipice like you're for the people. Like you came from the bottom. And you didn't.
But I did come from the bottom.
You were born there.
I just shifted out of the bottom at an early
Your
age.
parents shifted you out of the bottom.
Okay, fair enough.
Now, if your father, who was raised in Tivoli Gardens and moved to New York and became successful and can go back and says, yeah, you know what? He's right. You know why?
Right.
Because his formative years were spent in Tivoli Gardens. Her formative years were not spent in the Bronx.
Nah, not even a
Her
little
formative years were spent in Westchester County, in Upper West, in Yorktown. Where we're back in the 90s. Back in the 90s, property tax is $25,000 a year in Yorktown.
That
in
high.
the 90s.
All right,
That's high.
You understand?
People, I guess we're gonna agree to disagree.
No. See, he knows exactly where I'm coming
What I'm
from.
saying, we're gonna agree to disagree because I lay down some principle and context, but you still saying it's different. So I want to hear what the public has to say. I mean, right now we're live on
Please.
YouTube. So if you want to post something,
To all my countrymen, to all my yachty brethren, the ones that know Tivoli Gardens, top 10 cricket, bloop, bloop, bloop.
if you want to post,
You know exactly what I mean.
Our live stream right now, so you can comment on.
Or actually, look, I'll make it even better for you. Say, okay, what's a real nice area in Jamaica? What's
Nice
a real nice
area?
area?
You got
Like in the
like,
hills, Ultra Rios. So is Ultra Rios nice?
Coral Gardens,
Ultra Rios is nice.
Iron Shore. You got
What's the hills? Like, cause I know all the rich people live in the hills. So what's the area in the hills where all the rich people live in?
what is it called again?
Give me an area in the hills.
I'm trying to. Mike, them would probably know more.
Well, you know what I mean. You know the rich people live in the
But
hills.
I
I
know
know
what
that.
is it.
All right. So say for instance, you were born in Tivoli Gardens. Your parents move you out at 5 years old. You didn't even start school yet. You're gonna go to kindergarten, but you guys moved to the hills. You're raised in the hills. Elementary school, junior high school, high school. You know what I'm saying? You go to college in Miami, become a lawyer. You go back to Jamaica, you get involved in politics. But you never mention the fact that you were raised in the hills, but you said that you were born in Tivoli Gardens. But you conveniently leave out the part that you left Tivoli Gardens when you were 5 years old.
Well, that in a sense called a mission line, right? So let me be fair.
Okay.
If you're telling a story, like say I went and robbed a bank.
All right.
And the cops, you know that I went and robbed a bank and came back here
That's
and
your
do other stuff.
hypothesis, man.
So, or whatever other situation. That what came to my mind first. But I don't have no intention of robbing no bank people. So, anyway. So,
I will rob a bank though.
So
I will
we were stricken that from the record.
rob
Anyway.
a bank. Continue.
Anyway, I don't know why I even brought that up to me.
He does see. You see what he does.
Around
right?
the line,
He baits me.
too.
He baits me. I will rob a bank.
So,
Yeah.
so I go and I do whatever I do, right?
All right.
So you know all this information.
Okay.
The cops came and said, "Okay, Mr. Justin, I need some information from you about Mr. Porter. We understand. We know that he robbed a bank and stuff like that. We want to find out if he came back here, did whatever the case may be. Now, you're not going to respond and say, listen, I don't know anything. I know Mr. Porter left. He went away somewhere. I didn't see him come back here. Or what you would say, I know he left because he asked you if I came back here, right?
Okay.
So now you would respond, well, I know he left and he went somewhere and you call it a day. So you're kind of circling the question. Now, the cop may ask you one of that's not what
Yeah,
I'm
but
asking.
that's immoral.
No, but the point what I'm making is that when you withhold information like what you know,
Okay.
and you withhold it, it's called omission lying.
Yeah, I know that. It's
So,
called you're
but that's what I'm saying.
omitting certain truths. I know exactly
so
what that means.
you're modifying the truth in the sense of you're telling the truth, but at the same time you leave out information that may even create harm to that person
exactly.
or create harm for yourself or whatever the case may be.
But-
So it's called omission. But at the same time, maybe that's what AOC was doing.
She won that congressional seat based on the fact that people thought she was from the Bronx.
But
And
she
she's not.
is from the Bronx.
No, she's not. She was born in the Bronx. She's not from the Bronx.
Yes, that's the point.
She didn't go to school in the Bronx.
But
She doesn't have friends in the Bronx.
She was born in the Bronx and not from the
She
Bronx.
doesn't. She's not aware of the socio-political issues in the Bronx unless whatever she
Right.
sees
The
on
real-
TV. You understand? She won on the false pretense, and that's what I'm trying to say. Wait, what's that? Is that right now?
Yes, but I
Oh,
was,
shit, we're live?
I was looking for if anyone posts anything, but so far no. But
Oh.
anyway, folks, if you want to post it, we have the information here. If you post, we can respond to you. But anyway, we will come back to that. We will table that. Again, we agree to disagree, but at the same time, we will tackle it at some. Mr. Angel,
Yes.
AOC, you're trash.
your events on AOC for his last 20 minutes.
Because I'm trying to press a point. I had other things to talk about, but then you want to sit here and gaslight me. Bro, I'm the king of gaslighting. You can't gaslight me. You know that. So,
Angel, what do you got on your thoughts here? What you want to
This is,
discuss? I mean,
now-
technology, law, criminal, whatever, within the context of our show.
Not technology, but I don't want to push any one application or platform. But I believe that the new AI apps that are out right now, like ChatGPT.
That's
think-
actually the main one.
I love ChatGPT.
Yeah, I think everybody should get
I love
that type of
ChatGPT.
So
type of
you
stuff.
learn.
Well,
You sound like you're learning a lot, boy. Oh, sugar. Oh, sugar. Yo,
I don't-
you're
I don't-
gonna start using ChatGPT to
I like Chat. I use it all the time.
He's gonna use
Yeah,
this to
it's
make his
well,
bacon now.
Remember,
no, it actually helped you with that.
remember the thing with ChatGPT, right? The smarter the user is, the smarter your answers are going to be. See, a lot of people I've like, listen, I don't like it. It's basic. I said because you're a basic person. You're asking basic questions.
That's a great
what I like about ChatGPT is that it mirrors the user's intellect. That's basically what it's doing. It mirrors your intellect, and then when you use it, it begins to. Remember, AI. It's
begins to
artificial.
learn you.
It learns you. But what it is, it learns you, and it actually puts you on a higher. Like me, I'm always on ChatGPT, but I ask very detailed questions. I don't
And it
ask.
gives you
I
detail-
don't ask blanketed questions.
And it
I'm very inquisitive.
it
I'm very
gives you
detailed.
perspective.
Yes, exactly. So I love using ChatGPT, but I like using ChatGPT.
I've grew accustomed to it,
but
like-
not to the point that I'm gonna make it a crutch. Remember, the thing with ChatGPT, you have to have that medium. Don't make it a crutch. Don't depend on it. You want it to be your assistant, but you don't
Right.
want to depend on it.
Agreed.
Because once you depend on it, that's when you're lost.
Right,
That's when you're compromised.
Right,
You know what I mean?
I think some people rely on it too much because I read news articles.
Of course.
it sounds like a robot.
But see,
and you can see that it's obvious because there's a telltale sign that.
but see, those are people that are not smart. You guys remember the movie Limitless?
Long,
movie
long
Limitless?
time ago.
I'm trying to remember if I.
With what's his name with Bradley Cooper, that he took the drug and it made him real smart. Well, the thing with Limitless is that Limitless, the smarter you are, the better the drug is going to be for you.
Right.
You understand? Where if you're a dummy, it can only you have a ceiling. You're limited.
Right.
So that's the same thing with ChatGPT or any ChatGPT. What's the other one? Grok.
You have Grok.
Grok, Meta.
You have what's that one in Chinese?
You got Grok. You got Meta. You got Siri.
There's another one.
Siri's actually pretty basic compared to the new ones.
You got. I mean, China got this one. I mean, it's
China got a couple of super ones.
I can't remember
Yeah.
their names off. Mike would know a little bit more of them.
Well, what it is with
I
those,
can't
with that
remember the
particular
names.
AI, I like AI. Like I like
I mean,
using
AI
but I won't depend on it. I like using it, but I
AI
won't
is
depend
good.
on it.
One of the things I would have problems with it because the more you use AI, the less of your intellect develop. Because you rely on AI.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to rely on it. You
Yeah,
want to
you
make it
don't
an
want to
assistant.
rely on it. And
So you want to have, basically, you already want to have the knowledge, You're just using AI to give you a different perspective that you possibly can't see.
Yeah, that is a great angle to come
Yeah.
from.
And
You
assistance.
mean-
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you want it
It's
to
an
be
assistance.
to
Never
assist
want to
you.
rely. And see, that's what happens. These people, like you said, that they sound like robots is because they're relying on it. They're not smart. You understand what I'm saying?
You would think they would like modify it, tweak it up a little bit.
Yeah, they're not because they're not smart.
You gotta personalize
They're
it,
very.
but-
These are. You got to remember, you have critical thinkers and then you have surface level thinkers. I'm not a surface level thinker. I'm a critical thinker. That means that I think critically. I have to look at 150 different possibilities or 150 different angles of whatever the situation or whatever the case might be. A lot of people don't do that. They've actually, especially if they're simpletons, AI is going to be a crutch, and it actually makes them worse and actually makes them lazy. You understand? Which is a majority of people. I'm like, obviously, none of us here are surface level thinkers. We think pretty critically.
Pretty deep.
We're not. We're not idiots. We're pretty well read people. So it's not. That doesn't necessarily apply to us.
Right, push it again. Learn.
Yeah, that doesn't apply to us.
We, human being, we should learn a lot of
Yeah.
technological stuff and a lot of analytical stuff. That
Yes.
way we able to break things down, put things into perspective. We don't overwhelm and stress ourselves.
Exactly.
Like whenever there's a situation, we're able to think about it pretty quickly. Like smart people know a lot.
They know how to assess a situation. very
Wise
quickly.
people knows how to make great decisions.
Yup.
So we have to rely more on being
Yeah,
wise.
I would beg to differ a little bit because not because you're wise and very smart that make bad decisions too.
Somebody,
Oh, yeah, he's always gonna make
somebody
bad
wisdom.
I mean,
They-
there's people with great wisdom. There's people with really vast
That make very bad
intellect, knowledge.
decisions.
They still make
Right, but
bad decisions.
but that's because they're emotionally unstable.
The chances is
the
less higher.
chances is low.
Is less lower, right?
Than to the average Joe who have poor intellect or poor skills of
Exactly.
understanding and stuff like that. They would fight.
Right, so we
Yeah.
should all increase.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
we should all have an incentive to increase our intellect. Then
Exactly. Where people like me, the smarter I get, the more criminal I become.
Stricken that from the record.
What? I ain't just having a record.
We're not
No.
condoning no
Yo,
criminal
here's a
here.
fallacy for you. King Tox
the
is
man
all
said
about.
he's not
King Tox is
condoning
all
it.
about
The man said
criminality.
he's not condoning that.
I am
man.
all about criminality.
The man,
We're not condoning
just
it.
the host is saying he's not
Criminality
condoning it.
is the last true American art form.
Stricken from the record.
That's stricken from the record.
Stricken from the record. We're not condoning this foolishness and this criminality.
He's saying condoning criminality. Unbelievable.
I love being the bad
How
guy.
you embrace that?
Yeah, he like that guy in that cartoon with what's this
Who?
what's those two guys there, man? They always want to take over the world.
Oh, Pinky and the Brain. Pinky and the Brain. I love Pinky.
Yeah, that's from back in the day, right?
I love Pinky.
Yo, this guy he's always wanted, man. He's genius too. He always coming up with some idea, but Pinky always
Excellent.
messing up shit.
Exactly. What do you want to do today, Brent? Take over the world.
We're taking over the world, and he will
Take
come
over
up
the
with some
world.
brilliant idea to take over the world, and then Pinky go mess it up.
Pinky always messes it up.
Right there.
Always.
Right there. This was messing up. Unbelievable.
No, I enhance it.
He enhancing it. That's what he do.
Bro, don't you understand? I'm like one freak accent away from becoming like a supervillain. Like, don't let me get caught up like in a radioactive warehouse and I fall in a pool of radioactive. Bro, I'm gonna be like the illest supervillain anybody's ever seen.
Because he get
You won't make it out.
Huh?
You won't make it out.
Yes, I will.
How you gonna make it out when you have
I'll
all
see.
these?
You're gonna see like a bright green glow.
No, you're going to do this fictional.
Unbelievable.
A bright green glow.
No, you turn on.
You might want to strip that for the record because that's some
Green
very
light.
hazardous stuff.
Huh?
You very
The green light.
I'm like, I might have an eye that's dragon or whatever, but I'll have superpowers. And
You
shit.
making that song really
I'll be able
enticing.
to take women's clothes off just by going like this with my hands.
Unbelievable.
Angel, I mean, that what else you have on your
so
mind?
real appeasing. That's just
What else do you have on your mind?
now my mind, like I just say, read a lot, stay abreast of what's going on in the news. So at least you'd be one step ahead. You can start planning before the government tells us stuff that's gonna happen. At least you could already start putting your mind together.
So you're just pushing. You just basically technology was your key point where you want to. I guess you want to encourage people to use more, or it's just something you develop.
right
developing-
and enhance our intellect. Like I was saying the last time, hard work is gonna get us very far, but intelligence is actually what's going to do the trick for us.
Well, yeah, you got to work smarter, not harder.
Is that what? Yeah, that's
Right.
just taking out of my mind.
Very true.
Well, my piece before we wrap up is that one of the things I have in the forefront of my mind. Well, the local election was coming up was really, we kind of discussed it already. Angel, Justin.
I'm
I mean,
really worried about that, Mike. I really am.
So that was one of my worries, and I was like sitting there. I was like, what took Adam so long to get out of this damn race? Because I'm like, you don't belong here anymore. You need to leave. Matter of fact, you need to leave New York. Period. Too. But anyway,
he's like the dude. He's like the dude that say all of us say it's us three, and we bring Eric Adams with us, and then we go to some chick's house, and there's only 3 chicks, one for each of us, and there's none for him. But he's still lingering around. Then like 45 minutes later, he's like, all right, I'm leaving. Dude, why are you still here? Like, nobody wants you.
That's exactly
what it is.
That's what happened, though. That's exactly what happened. Respectfully.
Tongue twister. The analogy right there is right on point. But I would have used something else.
No, that's exactly what it is. Dude, no, what are you talking? Bro, we got our girls. Why are you still here? You know what I'm saying? You put your fingers on the potato chips. Get the hell out, bro. We're trying to get our freak on, man. I got, you know what I'm saying? I already took my honey pack. You know what I'm saying? I got acid in my throat. You're sitting here, you know, telling this girl corny jokes. She's looking at me like, yo, when is he going to leave? Yeah. That's basically what Eric Adams did.
Right.
Like, we're just looking at, I'm dropping out the mayor. I'm dropping out the mayor race. We're just like, you know, like.
Let him go home with his honey pack.
Can I get the order of oxtails and mac and cheese, please?
Justin, let me go home with his honey pack.
I'm like, why are you still here, dude?
Exactly.
He trying to run on this. Oh, well, I clean up the city. You know, I'm running on my record, and these nincompoops, they don't know what.
And he didn't do anything for 4 years.
Dude, you didn't do squat.
You didn't do
what
squat.
are you talking about? I mean, like, I understand you in political denial. I get it. I understand.
Of course he is. No, and on top of that, he might still be going to jail.
No, well, once they pardon you, once the justice pardon,
what, the indictment?
Yeah, once they pardon you, I mean, there's no reverse to that. That's lifetime.
Was it a pardon or they just dropped the indictment?
I think it was a pardon. I'm
pardon.
not sure. If you have any more info, I think it was a pardon.
So that was a presidential pardon.
Yeah, it was.
But you do realize, say if another president takes over in 2028, they can remove that pardon, and he could still go to jail.
That is correct.
They can do that?
Huh?
They can do that?
Presidential pardon can be overridden.
It can be overridden by the next president.
You reverse it?
Yeah. But then what's crazy, you know, knowing Eric Adams, a new president comes, they're saying, oh, you know, we're going to throw you in jail. He knows he's going to jail. He's going to wait a week. And then he's going to say, oh, I think I'm going to go turn myself in. Dude, we already knew you were going to jail.
The only thing is that the local states and local federal governments and stuff like that can't really touch him anymore on that same issues.
No, they can't.
The government, let's say another
federal
president,
can get on his ass though.
Another president come in, they can override and supersede that.
Oh,
and
definitely.
then once they have done that, then the states and stuff like that can attack again.
Yeah.
But so my other piece where
Momdani can't win.
I hope this guy doesn't.
He really
win
can't.
Because
He
at
really
the end of
can't
the
win.
day, I mean,
it's going to get bad. Like, that's when you and I would agree that, yeah, things are going to get bad.
and I'm almost certain. I don't have anything written in stone or every factual, but I'm almost certain to a high scale that a lot of businessmen not supporting this guy. A lot of businessmen is not supporting me. I think most of the people who are supporting him is people who are suffering and in a struggle because all they heard is free and they're like, whoa!
But what they don't understand,
my daddy's my man!
But what they don't understand is that they're going to suffer even more.
You think Trump? Let me put it. You think Trump is hitting you now? Let this joker go in office.
Do you have any
a
government-run grocery store? A government-run grocery store.
Let he go in, and you will see something. You're gonna love Trump.
They're gonna give you monthly rations of food.
You're gonna love Trump.
They want Trump back.
If this guy going in office, the type of his level of corruption in the contents of how he's gonna run the city, I'm gonna wind up praising Trump more.
There you go again.
That's the level of where this guy is because his vision.
What you compare apple and oranges?
He's clueless.
Or he's comparing
apples and oranges. No, I understand where he's coming from.
He's clueless.
I understand where he's coming from because he's not a Trump supporter.
I'm not.
So
that's the point I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why he's saying
that's the point is that the way this level of this guy, if he goes in power and become the mayor,
that's scary, man.
People who hated Trump are gonna love him because what this guy
scary.
is gonna do is gonna
very
go
scary.
beyond Trump.
Like I've been saying for the past few months, Curtis Sliwa is the only one that really cares about the city. He's really the only one that cares about the well-being of the city, the well-being of the people.
We should give him a chance.
He's from here, but what it is, they're not giving him a chance because, for one, he's not a politician, which doesn't make any sense to me because we all know that politicians are full of shit. Why do you want somebody that's a career politician? All they do is just talk nonsense all day. And then on top of that, a lot of people saying, "Oh, well, he supports Trump." Okay, and
I don't know, man.
One doesn't have anything to do with the other. Okay, that's his preference. He likes Trump. That doesn't one doesn't have. He cares about the city. The man actually.
And that's what matters.
Cares. Exactly.
That's what matters when you care about the city.
Because I tell you this much, I don't care about the goddamn city. I care about my people in the city. But I'll tell you right now, if I was mayor, I'm legalizing prostitution.
Stricken from the record.
I'm legalizing drugs.
Stricken from the record.
And you will be paying for the bus. And for all of you guys, I pay for the bus.
You have to pay for the bus.
So anybody else that I see not going on the bus, best believe, I will tell my police officers, if they don't want to pay the $275, you tackle them and beat them with extreme prejudice.
Stricken from the record. We don't promote politics. However,
he's an extreme prejudice. I don't want to
the thing is,
bypass that either.
I don't like these piranhas when it comes to the MTA. They are piranhas and they are corrupted when they
big time.
But at the same time, on a principle and a logical level, there is no way the city or MTA or whoever can run without these things are frozen.
Yeah.
How in the world you need workers? Okay, you eliminate these workers from getting paid. They're not going to work for free.
No.
That's the one.
First of all, do you have any idea TWU, Transit Workers?
You shouldn't have to.
Transit Workers Union will strike if they're talking about free buses and trains. How are these buses? Because
how the city is going to pay for that?
Exactly.
How they going to pay for that?
You know what's going to happen? It's going to be massive layoffs.
Wake up!
Wake up!
Wake up and do it quick.
Johnny is not for you.
Election is too close.
He's not from here. He is not a New Yorker. He's from Uganda.
It's not even the point of he's not here. It's principle and vision for New York based on where he want to go. It's foolishness.
Exactly.
It's nonsense. It's not. There's no practicality in it.
And he smells like curry at all times. And I don't mean the good curry. I mean that really, really strong, offensive curry.
What's wrong with this kid?
But why y'all laughing?
Because you're being facetious. You're being facetious. The man was serious.
So am I.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Chicken from the record.
That's why he's toxicity.
Exactly, toxicity.
Continue,
Margo.
Mike, you're an enabler.
Huh?
You're an enabler.
What do you mean?
Gassing you up.
I'm not, man. But anyway, folks, please think. I'm begging you to think.
And
the sad part is
now, please.
It's just like when most of you run out and you vote for Trump, and some of you now is crying. What I'm gonna say, glad for your behind. You see the man tell you that I am a snake, and you still put him in.
That's actually why I like him.
Suffer. The problem with that is that my black behind is involved too. I can't dodge it. That's the sad part. But I'm glad for your bums to be suffering. The man tell you I'm a snake, and you still, oh yeah, the snake is gonna change the world. Okay, keep on tripping. Anyway, one of the things now which is kind of high in alert, Russia. We're gonna go a little bit out now. Russia, according to what's going on, is that their fighter jets are, some of them, I don't know if it's intentional or accidental, where it's some of their fighter jets are drifting in NATO's area. So there was a threat that NATO now is gonna plan to shoot down some of those planes.
I advise them not to do that.
Now, according to what I saw on Instagram feed. Now, I don't know if this is factual pertaining to what Putin said, but according to the feed is that Putin mentioned that if anyone touched any one of our shoot on his plane, it's war.
Yep.
So that means he's going to go war with NATO. And if you go war with NATO, that's World War III.
Yes, it is. I mean, to be honest, I don't, like I said, Putin's, none of us, like we're talking about, nobody's an angel. Putin's definitely no angel. But Putin is definitely one of those people, don't start none, won't be none. Why they keep messing with this man, I have no idea.
I mean, you see this.
I have a couple of conspiracies. I have a couple of thoughts as far as, like I said,
reservations.
Russia's one of the few countries that does not have a centralized Rothschild hold bank, centralized bank, owned by the banking cabal, which is all backed by Israel. Okay? I think that's a reason why they're doing that, but Putin is not somebody to play with. Okay? Russia is nobody to play with. China is nobody to play with.
And
These people are nobody to play with.
But these are the superpowers. They
Got it.
all merged. You have
Yeah.
China, you
Yeah.
have Russia,
Yeah.
you have Japan, and you have North Korea.
Yeah.
All merged together.
These guys
one of
these
the
guys are
powerful
nobody to
countries
play
in the
with.
world.
These
And
guys are nobody to play with.
the fact that now the U.S. is on their own, I mean, they don't have nobody to really stand behind them. I mean, you're talking about calling England and calling,
and
calling
Canada.
I'm like,
Please.
really? Really?
No, but what I'm saying, but like I said, and to be honest, a lot the focal point. I'm like, even if you notice, look, I've been saying this for months, but now you guys are seeing it yourself. Israel's really a problem, and what it is,
Israel's been a problem.
The United States is ostracizing themselves because they continue to support Israel,
But
and they shouldn't.
And I'm glad you reminded because you kind of jogged my memory. You saw what Yahoo went and meet with Trump 2 days ago, right?
Yeah.
The White House. So according to their discussion,
call
and
him
according
Yahoo.
to what they're pushing, is that Yahoo is trying to push where Trump now they're trying to evacuate Palestine.
Yeah.
Try to evacuate them, and they're trying to rebuild the country. But here's the thing now. Here's the catch that they're rebuilding it, and Trump is involved with it. So now you know that he's going to get his rich cronies to build up these cities, build up these areas. And guess what? They're going to have portion between him and Yahoo or whatever.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
They're going to have portion of real estate within Palestine.
Yeah, because this is a greater Israel.
It's illegal.
Project. It's a greater Israel. Yeah, that's why the whole genocide. That's why it's not going to happen. Like it really isn't going to happen.
This is what they're talking about.
The other countries are going to form against them, and it's not going to happen.
It's crazy.
It's not going to happen.
These guys
but see, what's killing me is that these other countries, they want Israel. And for some reason, the United States is standing in the way because the United States is being blackmailed. Because Israel has dirt on the most powerful people in the United States. United States, you need to get the hell out the way and let karma do whatever it's going to do to Israel. Because that is not the same Israel that people speak about in the Bible. I argue with people all the time.
Nope.
They are not the chosen people. Because you know why? Because we are all God's chosen people. Okay, there is no such thing as one section of people, we're the chosen people. Yeah, you're the devil's chosen people.
See, God came to them because they were religious, how you would put it, structured, or in sense of they were a nation that highly uplifted religion, right? Or Christianity, right? So God has said, okay, here's the thing. I'm going to use this nation now to get my message out because they already are a strong religious nation. So I'm going to use, but because of their conceited behaviors and their corrupted ways, they was even rejecting God who's trying to save their
because they hate Christ.
So what they want,
they're Talmudists. They worship the devil.
What they were looking
Talmudists.
for, they want to see, no, Christ shouldn't come the way he come. No, he should be coming out in glory, coming out with chariots and stuff like that. So they couldn't accept that the fact that Christ born
he was humble.
God,
exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Some little bush area or whatever the case
and what
may be.
pisses them off, Christ most likely is an Arab.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? Most likely he's an Arab or he's African. He's not what these, so-called Jews are, because they're not real Jews. They're Europeans. This is why they outlaw.
According to biblical, he's part of the his culture is his birthright culture is Jew.
Yeah, but what it is, the original Jew. Remember, the original Jews look like you.
You're coming from that angle, okay?
Yeah, bro. Those are Europeans. Why do you think they banned DNA testing in Israel? Do you know why? Because 98.5% of the people in Israel have no ties to that land. Why? Because they're Ashkenazi. They're Khazars.
But we know that. I mean, we know that they didn't have no ties to that land. I mean, they came. This is when and
that's why they kill me. All anti-Semitic. They're not Semites.
I'm not. This is when Hitler was trying to persecute them, which is wrong. Which number one is wrong. But they flee to Palestine for gain. It's just like I asked you. You haven't. Justin is coming after you, right? And you flee into my house, and I was like, you know what, you need my help. And I said, all right, come in. Justin is coming, I'm just like, no, you can't come up in here, whatever. You're protecting me, right?
Then you try to take over your house.
Then after everything is settled and done, you try to take over, kicking me out of my house.
And that's exactly what they did to them. The Palestinians welcomed them with open arms, and then one day they came home and the locks were changed, and they told them you can't come here, and if you try to come in here, we're gonna shoot you.
There was something.
That's exactly what they
evidently
did, bro.
saw.
It was a land grab.
Evidently saw. I don't know about the rest of the information, but evidently there. And yes, it was a video that was posted.
Yeah, it was a land grab.
Where there was a guy that living in his house. It was a Palestinian living in his house, and somewhere down the line, this guy, this is a Jew, came in that area and kicked the guy out of his own house and said, now we live in here. This is our land. This is our home. And the guy couldn't do anything about it.
So now they're taking a stand now.
Yeah, but this has been going on for 80 years now. This has been going on for 80 years. And it's insane. And then they're trying to use Israel, because remember, there's an Israel in the Bible. That's exactly why they named that illegal occupancy, that nation state, because it's not a country. It's a nation state. It's an illegal occupancy. So they're illegally occupying somebody else's land, which is Palestine. And so they named it Israel because they wanted the Christians to accept them. That's where this whole Judeo-Christian thing. There's no such thing as Judeo-Christian. They made that up. Judeo-Christian is basically a hybrid of Judaism and Christianity. There's no such thing. They did that basically. This is what the Zionists did, to brainwash the people, and then that's why they named it Israel, because I never read the Bible, but people that have read the Bible, you've read the Bible. I know so from what I understand, there's an Israel in the Bible.
Correct.
They're trying to make it seem like that Israel is the same Israel in the Bible. It is not.
No. Technically, the Israelites are my complexion.
The Israelites are from Africa, bro. They're from Africa. They're from Ethiopia.
Yeah, that's in the Bible.
The original Jews are from Ethiopia. They look like you and him.
Correct.
Look, what's his name is a Jew? Shine. Yeah. Shine is an original Jew. Shine.
He's a clean Hasidic.
He's an Hasidic Jew. But Shine is an original Jew. He's a Belize. Remember, they have certain. Look, there's Jews. I know you probably know. There's Jews in Belize. There's Jews in every country, but they look like you.
Right. Shout out to Shine too. He just got back into the country.
Exactly.
He just got back to New York, man.
That whole when they say, oh, we know we're from the Ashkenazi tribe. The Ashkenazi tribe is not even a real Jewish tribe. They're Europeans, and they adopted because back in the days there were Khazarians. There was a country called Khazaria, Ottoman Empire, the Bolsheviks. Khazaria is now modern day Ukraine. Okay, but that's where Khazaria was at. These Khazars, this is going back to like 800 AD or something like that, during the Crusades or whatever. These Khazars did not have a religion. Okay, remember they got kicked out of 109 countries. What it is, before they can get kicked out, they were given either you have to pick a religion. At the time, there was 3 religions.
What were the 3?
There was Islam, there was Christianity, and there was Judaism. Okay. There's other lists. Obviously, you have Buddhism, you have Zen, all that. But these were like back in those days. These were those 3 main religions: Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. The Khazarians chose Judaism.
Right.
Okay. They've adopted that spirituality, that religion. Okay.
Right.
But the Khazarians always practiced Talmudism. The Talmud.
Right.
This is their Bible. Okay. The synagogue of Satan. This is the devil's Bible. If you ever read the Talmud, it is sick in there. This is the Talmud is the book that they say that it's okay to sleep with underage children. That it's okay to kill somebody if they're not Jewish.
I never.
They refer to you as goyim. You just try Talmud, TL. These are the people, and what it is, they hide amongst the Jews. And then what it is, the Jews are so confused because they hide amongst the Jews. They brainwash them with this whole Holocaust nonsense. So they hide the Zionism. Remember, Zionism isn't a religious belief; it's a political belief, which is based on greed and corruption. They try to spy. Oh no, Zionism is based on Zion. That everything is all fantasy. It's nonsense. It is a political belief that is based on greed and corruption, and it is backed by Talmudism. Zionism is backed and one of this, and they hide amongst Judaism. So they hide amongst the Jews. So this is where the whole anti-Semitic. That's why all people are scared to say. But then you kind of find out they're not even Semites. The Palestinians are Semites. You understand? Assyrians. The word Semite comes from Assyria. You are Assyria back. Those are Semites. These are not Semites. These are Europeans. These are Edomites. So basically, it was a whole switcheroo. But mind you, this is something they've been repeating the same thing for a couple of thousand years now. What happens when you constantly repeat the same thing over and over again?
become a part of your DNA, become an
Condition.
habitual.
No, but to the people, to the masses.
Right.
Okay? I keep referring to myself as King Tox, right?
Right.
What do you guys call me?
King Talk.
All right then. It's the same exact principle. You understand?
The thing what I have and the problem what I have with the Jewish culture or the Jewish nation itself is that
They adapted
you
us, so
set
why?
a standard. You supposed to set a high standard of leadership. I mean, especially having a culture with religion or with Christ-like centered inside of it.
Yes.
Let's give an example. These guys, no, do I condole them what they did to the Jewish when they kill about what maybe 500 or 600 of them when they blow up this is why the war started.
Yeah.
When they blow up them.
Because you don't condone
Yeah,
that. No.
I don't condole it. However, they killed what 600 or 600 Jews. How many individual the Jews are killed over that time period now?
Exactly.
You're comparing 600 to what? Almost 6,000 and counting, or many more.
Well, no, they're talking like, look, the whole Holocaust. Remember the Holocaust? They said 6 million Jews were murdered. We kind of find out that was a lie. It wasn't wasn't even 1 million. But then what's funny, what they don't talk about, and you probably understand, you know this. You remember the Bolsheviks back in the days, Ottoman
Correct,
Empire?
yeah.
The Bolsheviks murdered 60 million Christians. The Bolsheviks are now the Israelis.
60 million.
The Bolsheviks are the Khazarians, the Talmudists. They just keep changing their name throughout history. If you go all the way back, like I said, they're actually the Edomites. These are evil. These are bad people, but they just keep changing everything.
I don't understand for a nation. I mean, you should be setting example. I mean, how many?
Of course.
You have innocent people.
Right.
You cannot. If you have 5 rats, you need to catch within a house. Why are you gonna burn down the house to catch those 5 rats?
No.
It don't make any sense.
You gotta set
You're burning
traps.
down. Right.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, and this is what the nation of Jews are doing. I mean,
Yeah.
these guys.
We shouldn't say Jews. I know we keep saying Jews. We mean Zionists and Talmudists. But you see what I mean? Everybody, see everybody, and see, this is why the Jews get mad, because it's not the Jews, it's the Zionists and the Talmudists. We know who you are, and we know you're hiding amongst the Jews. But continue what you were saying.
I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot need to be changed, and again, nobody is knocking anyone here, but at the same time, we are trying to, guide and direct principles. I mean, if the Bible talks about do not render evil for evil, okay, fair enough. We all guilty of that. You slap me, I'm gonna slap you back.
Exactly.
It's a natural nature of sin.
Yeah, well,
right?
that's an eye for an
that
eye.
is a
Yeah.
part of our nature.
It's an eye for an eye.
No, at the same time, these guys wipe out 400 or 500. You are wiping out thousands and thousands upon thousands
Yeah.
upon thousands,
Yes.
and you're constantly, because you want to catch 10 rats or 15 rats or 50 rats out of what, 1 million or 900,000 people and stuff like that. Now you want to eradicate that whole type of a nation.
Right.
So, I mean,
and
it doesn't
that's a
make
whole
any
lie
sense.
that's a whole lie because they're not really trying to catch rats. What they're doing, they're committing genocide. This is ethnic cleansing. What they're doing, they're not
It
trying
is
to catch
genocide what's
anybody.
happening.
They're trying to say, "Oh, this is Hamas." What are you talking about? Israel funded Hamas. Israel founded Hamas. They're the ones that train Hamas, and now they want to blame Hamas.
I don't understand how the thing is, not Yahoo, I call him Yahoo, which is a part of his
He is a
name.
Yahoo.
Netanyahu.
That's very
Yeah.
no. Yeah.
The
BB.
thing is,
his real name is Milikowski. Or something.
he was exiled. Israel exiled him.
Okay.
Or he pretty much went into
He got banned.
right.
Yeah.
How in the world you wind up back as a leader for this country? Again,
Blackmail and extortion.
I don't get it. I cannot logically comprehend.
Blackmail
It's
and
hard to
extortion.
fathom.
It's hard to fathom. Yeah,
Yo,
I don't.
look into his family. His wife, I told bro, his wife is evil. His son is 10 times worse than him. Yair,
I don't know about
Yair Netanyahu. And then look, the guys that his minister of defense, right? Ben Gvir. Ben Gvir is crazy. These guys are psychopaths. And then the other guy, Strotich. I forgot what Strotich is doing. I think he's like Department of the Interior. This is his higher levels of government in Israel. These guys are murderers. They're
Well,
ethnic,
I don't
you know what I'm
have
saying?
I don't have those type of facts. The garage
send you-
don't
I'll
have
send you
those
the
facts,
information.
but we will
We fact check it.
elaborate.
We'll fact
Yeah,
check
we
it.
will fact check and we will elaborate what we.
I'm on to you, Israel. You can watch me all you want.
This guy.
They're coming.
You know what I'm
from
saying?
the-
Ain't nobody
the
coming
CIA,
yo,
the CIA is coming
until
from-
somebody got the balls enough to put a bullet in my carotid artery. I will continue.
God forbid.
God forbid that happen. But listen, the CIA may be coming for him.
Hey, even if they do, guess what? My spirit is that strong that I will haunt you for the rest of your life on this earth.
No, your spirit going back to the Most High.
Huh?
Your spirit is going back.
No,
to the
I'm
Most
not
High.
letting him. I'm not. He's gonna kick me out the minute he sees me.
No.
Hi, King Talk.
The minute I get to the minute I get to the gates, he's gonna be like, "Just come on, man. You know you're not supposed to be here."
This guy's convicted.
He's gonna be like, "Just."
He's like, I don't know how to even describe. No.
Yeah,
See,
I'm gonna go to the pearly gates. I'm gonna hit one of my ex-girlfriends. So I'm like, "Oh, I know you fucking lying."
regardless of your state of mind, once you pass, once you're dead, the spirit goes back to God. Now, does it go back to God for you to wander in heaven? No, that's not the case. No. God breathed the breath of life into us. We are souls, right? This is just a temple.
If he puts me in purgatory, I can roam the earth to one.
We just hosting. Our souls is just in this body. That's why the Bible says, fear the person which is God himself, who can destroy the body and the soul. See, the devil only can probably destroy the body.
Can't destroy the soul.
But he can't touch the
can't
soul.
Destroy the soul.
So the Bible is also saying that you should fear the one who can destroy the body and the soul. But again, it's not reflecting in the contents of you worship God in fear or fearful or scared of him.
Yeah.
You're worshiping, when you use the word fear, be fearful of God, meaning respect, love
Yeah, respect him.
sincerely from your heart. Not love him because you don't want things to happen
Exactly.
to you. But we're going to have a religion show too, where we're going to have a religion topic based on the garage. Not on the Mike and Mike, but we're going to have an independence.
I'm very much looking forward to my soul.
proposition.
I'm very much looking forward, though, to my soul roaming the earth and haunting people. So,
No, that's not going to happen.
I'm very much looking forward to it.
It ain't going to happen.
Well, you'll see what? When I get to the pearlies, he's going to let me do what I want.
None of the most high watch. That's not going to happen.
He'll let me. He'll let me.
He's gonna allow the talk.
Yeah. You're like, come on.
I said, look, just let me.
That's why he's like, come on.
Look, I'll tell him. I said, look,
Come on, Justin.
I'll tell him, look, just give me give me 30. Look, because everything's an eternity. So look, just give me 30 years. Let me go terrorize Israel until they tell the truth, and then they can send me back up to the pearly gates.
What pearly gate you going to?
Huh? Exactly.
The ashy gates.
Yeah, more like the ash gates, right?
What, the black wrought iron gates?
The rust.
where Mr. Lucifer is sitting.
Right.
That's fine.
Anyway, folks, it's about that time. But yeah, it's some trying time for the local
elections.
Local election. I mean, I am fearful of this nincompoop actually winning.
To our listeners in New York, please do not vote for Mamdani. Please do not vote for that man.
Please, because this guy
do not vote for him.
He's a goonhead. I don't know what direction.
He is up to something very nefarious. Let's put it that way. Please do not vote that man into office.
And I can't blame New York to the most because I understand you guys are hurting. I am hurting financially. I'm hurting. I mean, specifically, I'm hurting financially. And the fact that there's a lot of people out here hurting. So when this guy, I mean, he playing that role what Trump played. He's gonna build the wall, and that's where you see a lot of racists. This is what a lot of racists wanted, and they just Trump just wake them up. And he came out and like, yeah, we're going to build a wall and stop all these immigrants and all these people from coming over the wall. Yeah, I mean, illegally, at the end of the day. But the contest, what I saw, what he was doing, he was pushing some type of a genocide, racism issues. That's what I saw at the end of the day. And a lot of people rise up from that because, yes, they don't want. I remember I used to work for CBS, and one time this guy was begging, and he's like, if you have $1 or whatever the case may be, and he's like, yeah, immigrants need to go back home and you're taking our jobs. So I'm saying, before I came or before any immigrants came, you were here. Why you didn't take the job what you
exactly
are taking? I never understood that.
That's a great question.
It just doesn't make any sense to you. You have the job before us here. And now when we came and take the job what you
like a
refused
20-year jump start of you.
He go back home and you're
look,
taking
I don't care if you're taking the jobs, because trust me, the jobs that you're taking, I don't want it. I really don't. I really don't. The kind of jobs that these
guy's so
he's on
I don't want it. I'm good.
Page.
What I am for, what I do feel though, what I do, as you know, obviously I'm not as harsh, but I do feel people need to go through the process, the vetting process of coming into this country. I say that because my mother had to go through that. Okay, and it took
Yeah,
my
I'm
mom-
all for.
And it took my mom
I'm all
16
for
years.
people
go
come the
through that.
legal way. I'm all
what I'm
for
saying?
people. I mean, I
I'm all
understand
for
the
that.
struggle. People don't have certain opportunities to even come here legally and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, you have the process in Jamaica. You have the process in Belize. where
Exactly.
you have to go, and sometimes people get denied based on where they live, based on
Right,
exactly.
their ethnicity, based on the type of financial structure they have. I mean, so it's a struggle for people, and so I can understand where people, and not because I understand it meaning it's right, but I understand that people are going to do whatever is necessary for them to reach the promised land, as what they call it, so
Yeah.
they can make a better life for themselves. But I support them coming the legal way.
Yeah,
Now,
come the legal way.
the issue is that, or I wouldn't say the issue. I try to put myself in these legal things. And I said, okay, if you were back in Jamaica and you didn't have the opportunity where you could come up legally, and you get an opportunity where you're gonna come up illegally, would I do it? I don't know. I mean, yes, I probably would. I don't know. It's a possibility I may have. I mean, I think the scale would be a little bit higher where I may have, because I want better off my life. So the possibility I may have. So at the end of the day, but is it right? No. I don't know. I can't. I would say that the possibility on a higher scale, I probably would. If I'm getting an opportunity, and knowing the fact that I've probably been several times to get try to get the legal way, follow the legal way to come up here, and I'm getting rejected. Now I'm in a bind. Now it's like, you know what? I need to get out here. I need to get to the promised land. I need to get to America so I can better off myself in life, and this opportunity present itself. It's a high chance I will take it, but I'm not condoling that is the right way of going, people. I mean, it's possibly, and I can see why people will do what they need to do to get to this country illegally, or any means, or
Just
any
get-
necessary.
By any means necessary.
By any means necessary. I can understand that, but again, not condoling it. It's a touchy situation, and I would like my family members to be here too, but I would like them to go through the process, because it's just like you commit certain crimes, and now for the rest of your life you're looking over your shoulders. It's no way to live like that.
No.
It's gonna be tough. You're probably gonna die of stress, because you're so much concerned. You cannot really relax and sleep contently.
No, you can't.
You can't. You're gonna always, and that can create, internal stress for you. It's like a number one killer to it, and cancer.
That's the real toxicity.
That's some real toxicity.
The toxicity.
Exactly.
But folks, I trust and pray that things will work out, and literally, what we're seeing in society right now on a worldly scale, on a New York scale, on a state scale, or whatever the case may be, it's gonna get worse. It's sad to say it, but it's gonna get worse. And where I'm getting my information from, it's biblical. So you may thought, well, Mike, go about your religion with that religion crap and stuff like
What?
that.
So you're quoting prophecies? That's what you're telling me?
Yeah, everything
It's not
that was
prophecy,
a
it's
lot
what's already
prophesied.
there. Look on the context of it. 80% so far, and we still right now, from a spiritual, technical standpoint, we are living in Revelation.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the other stuff already prophesied, already happened. So apparently people are saying, oh, well, man wrote the Bible and stuff like that. So I guess these men have some future insight, because whatever they predict and put in the Bible, it's already happening. Yeah. We are looking in Revelation. One of the things Revelation talks about, we're going to see wars, rumors of wars, famine is coming. We know that other countries were suffering from even Bible days, but it's gonna get worse, and we are seeing that happening now. The dollars, it's gonna change. Technically, everything according to what people say man wrote in the Bible is coming to fruition.
Famine is coming.
Why I said that it's gonna get worse is because it's in Revelation. Revelation talks about these things. Now, at the end of the day, what I'm saying? Is it that I'm jumping for joy for this to happen? No. The reality, God said this is going to happen, and it will happen. It will happen. So we need to get our life in order. We need to get our state in order. And when I use the term state, our structure. I mean, how principles, our values, our well-being, our lifestyle with God in the end. But again, I am not pushing religion on you. I'm not pushing God on you. I'm just stating that there's hell coming. From the living standpoint and from the destruction standpoint, it is coming. But keep life, open life. Do what you can do to make yourself relevant in this society. Don't depend on Mandati. He's gonna help destroy.
Don't depend on anybody.
Yeah.
Depend on God.
Depend on God, but don't expect anybody to be a savior.
But don't expect.
You gotta save yourself.
Yeah. You gotta look out for yourself. You're gonna, as what Angel says, you're learning AI. Do that to help make some funds for yourself to make yourself better off in life, because as much as I'm in technology and in filmmaking and all these things, at the end of the day, some people out there are making money. They're making good money, and prude. I want to be in that ballpark, but unfortunately, I'm not. And we all here who's not at the table, we are not living well. You know, it is, and it's gonna get worse. People who making $80,000, $90,000, six figures and stuff like that, it's gonna come like pennies now to them. I mean, eventually, because things are going up. Look, when the pandemic hit, you notice everything started spiking up.
Yeah.
It came down a little bit, just a little bit, a little notch. And thanks for also Trump helping out. It came down a little, but it's not going to pass the threshold where it used to be before
Those
the pandemic.
stimulus checks that they gave out in 2020, 2021.
You're going to pay that back too.
That's what really messed us up. That's why I'm glad I never took $1 of that money. But those stimulus checks.
Well, I got a few dollars, but I
really,
got it through
I didn't take $1 of it.
I got it to.
I didn't take any money from it either.
Yeah, I got it to how I got it to my, because at the time I stopped working. So what unemployment was doing, unemployment was doubling.
They were
doubling,
doubling,
right? So that's how I was getting my fund.
What were they doing?
They were doubling your unemployment.
Your return?
Yo, people were taking an
if
unemployment.
If you were getting 500, now the standard unemployment is 500. If you make over, I think it's 40 or 50,000, you get over 500 max. That's the max. So if you're making a million,
like, $537 a week.
yeah, if you're making $1 million per year and you go on unemployment, you're gonna get $500. Not more, nothing less. If you're making under, I think it's $50,000. I'm not. Don't quote me wrong. Or $40,000. If you're making below that, then it fluctuates. You can get up to $250 a week or $300. Depends on it. But once you pass the whatever.
It's a certain threshold. There's a threshold, and I think the max is about.
The max you will
like
get
537, somewhere around there.
No, 505.
It was 505.
Yeah, 505 in total. So they may have gone up a few, but I think it's 505 so far. But people, not to linger any longer, is just learn things, learn different trades, learn different ideas. I'm trying to do different things to get out there, be creative. As what Angel said before, learn AI. A lot of people are fearful of it. Yes, I would say fearful of it, but at the same time, you have to embrace it because it's here. It's not going away. It's gonna stay here. Technology is not gonna there. If according to people, well, not according to this world will be destroyed, and technology will be destroyed with it. It's not a phase where technology is gonna come in and then 50 years from now it fades out. No, it is something that's gonna close this world. Yeah. And so at the end of the day, it's a bad situation and it's a good situation at the same time. Now, reason why I'm saying that is it's gonna help you to help you educate, and it's gonna also help you to be creative. But at the same time, criminals are going to use it to better off themselves. They're already doing it. I mean, I don't want to get too much. Maybe in the next show I get a little bit more details. But criminals are using AI now to this point where they're soliciting things to emails to AI, and people are believing that. They open up their bank accounts because they're using AI to send you solicited emails, make it seem like it's coming from the government or Bank of America and stuff like that.
Defrauding.
Starting tomorrow, October 21st, with the new maximum in New York State to set the increase to $869 per week.
What?
For unemployment.
$869? $869.
Yeah, I think I might have to go on unemployment.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, October 2025.
How they going that high? I mean, but then again, I think
but you don't see the okey doke. They're trying to get everybody to be dependent upon the state.
You think so?
upon the state and upon
But
the
that's
city.
a lot of
Why
money.
would they want
That
to
is
do
a lot of
800
money.
But then again, cost of living is high. So again,
Cost of living is ridiculously
it's
high.
ridiculous. So I can
You know what I'm saying?
see that.
If
I
you
can
really think of
kudos
it,
that, yeah.
869, what is that? That's $3,300 a month.
Yeah, I mean, no, but I mean, if they were going at 502, what they were going to,
That was about $2,000 a month.
that's $2,000 a month. Nobody can live off of your rent is $2,000.
Nah, you can't.
I mean, 2-bedroom now into the if you're not rent stabilized, it's like almost
2,800.
20 something hundred.
2,800,
That's your entire
Jesus.
paycheck.
Look,
I mean,
a studio apartment, a studio
it's
basement
like
apartment
1,500, right?
on 227th and White Plains Road is $1,600 a month.
That's
How do I
crazy.
know that? Because I went looking for one.
That is crazy,
That's insane.
insane. So imagine a
Yo,
one bedroom.
This is crazy.
But anyway,
It
folks,
is
we
going-
thank you. It's about that time, guys. I would quickly, as usual, give you a summary on based on what you talk about, or based on a collective level, all the things what we talk about.
Well, like I was saying, I'm no longer a New York City resident. I live in Westchester, but
He gone with
please
the
don't
rich.
vote for Mamdani.
The rich and the famous, he gone. He leave us here poor.
No, I live in
Me and-
Yonkers.
Me
It's
and,
not-
me and Angel are poor self.
I live in Yonkers. Yonkers is like, the Queens of Westchester County.
the queens of billionaires.
But no, it's not. Now, where I work at, that's a different story. In Bronxville, yeah, a lot of money in Bronxville. But yeah, don't vote for Mamdani. I'm like I said, Sliwa's probably your best candidate, but if you don't want to vote for him, don't vote for Mamdani.
Kudos to that.
Eric Adams, it's about time. We really don't care. I don't know what else to tell you. Nobody really cared. You were irrelevant.
Yeah,
The minute you got caught in your nonsense,
Godspeed.
whatever it was. What else? Oh, Israel is the enemy. They're not our allies.
Okay, stricken that from the record.
Okay? And all very impressionable loose women, call me.
Stricken that from the record too.
Impressionable, they're easily manipulated. I'm a little bothered. I'm a little bothered. You might be pitching that.
Prime Minister, birthday boy.
Prime Minister, birthday boy.
Yeah,
You got, technically, you got 2 hours to go. Biblically,
2 hours, yeah.
Well, not
He has an
biblically.
hour and 36 minutes.
Sorry. Your birthday's already exit in place. Biblically, sunset to one, sunset to a new day. So your birthday is very happy birthday, sir.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Happy
sir.
birthday, Prime Minister Khalees.
Mr. Prime Minister Khalees. Yeah!
Thank you guys.
Any final words, sir?
And the final word, sir.
Yeah, definitely. Make sure you stay uplifted. You know what I mean? Whenever everything else breaks, God forbid, just make sure your spirit never breaks with it. Stay solid. Beloved.
Indeed.
Nice.
Indeed. And fellas, as usual, my pieces, my 2 cents is stay entwined, stay connected, do your own research, look on things, use AI. It's gonna help you out.
Thank you.
Be mind opening. What I can say. I mean, do things to elevate yourself. I am trying to find that niche where I try to elevate myself and to find it in the millionaires along with him here. Yeah. So, but anyway, I thank you for joining us, and we thank you for sharing your time, your precious time with us. It's never a doubt. We're glad for your support, and please keep on supporting us. Tell a friend, tell a mother, tell your father, tell your sister, brother, even dogs, cat, whoever. I see this thing here on Instagram. And sometimes on YouTube too, but it's mostly on Instagram now, where they have this karate cat. He's doing some serious.
I see Karate Cat.
But it's AI generated. He's like,
Karate Cat is badass, though.
I have a black belt, and you know what? The funniest thing is I'm seeing how the AI create the formation of this cat, a literally cat, but it's a cat. It's a formation of a cat, right? I mean, it's AI generated, but the moves and how this thing, how it flex and how it moves, I'm like, you can't. I mean, if you're in some type of a third world country and just came out of the earth,
Right.
and see this, you're probably like, oh wow, this is beautiful. You're sort of gonna believe it. The way it's believable. But this thing is crazy, bro. But anyway, thank you again.
Let him subscribe too.
Please subscribe. The cats, the dogs, please subscribe.
Yes.
And see you next week, same time, same place.
Thank you guys.
Peace out.
Peace.